Welcome, Spicy Lady. Real strength isn't about overpowering others. It's about recognizing and seeing through their attempts to control you. Spicy Lady Sigma have a rare ability to spot manipulative tactics with precision and finesse. These women who value independence and authenticity above all are hardly ever deceived by lies or tricks. Instead, they turn the tables on those who try to manipulate them, using their sharp instincts, strategic thinking, and unshakable confidence to expose and diffuse even the most subtle forms of control. What's truly impressive about the Spicy Lady Sigma's approach is how she stays low-key, quietly, and effectively dismantling the games of anyone who tries to control her. As we dive into how Spicy Lady Sigma handle manipulators, get ready to uncover the secrets behind their unique strength and resilience, the very qualities that make them so captivating and unstoppable. Let's get started. Number 1. They are active listeners. The power of listening. Spicy Lady Sigma are experts at active listening, a skill that gives them a huge advantage over manipulators. While most people listen just to respond, Spicy Lady Sigma listen to really understand, and this deep understanding often flips the script on anyone trying to trick them. When a Spicy Lady Sigma is in a conversation, she's not just hearing words, she's picking up on tone, context, and the real motive behind what's being said. It's like she has a mental magnifying glass, analyzing every detail to see the bigger picture. This kind of focus can make manipulators uncomfortable because their usual tricks get picked apart and exposed right on the spot. The beauty of this skill is how subtle it is. A Spicy Lady Sigma might sit back, nodding thoughtfully while the manipulator thinks they're weaving a clever story. She asks questions that seem casual but are actually designed to dig deeper and find inconsistencies. It's like watching a skilled detective put together clues while the culprit thinks they're getting away with it. There's also a funny side to this. Spicy Lady Sigma often let manipulators believe they're getting somewhere, all while mentally noting every sketchy statement. The manipulator might see her as just a quiet listener, but she's actually guiding the conversation to reveal more than the manipulator ever planned to share. It's like watching someone build a house of cards, not realizing a little breeze from the Spicy Lady Sigma will soon send it crashing down. Active listening also means Spicy Lady Sigma remembers small details, which throws manipulators off, since manipulators often rely on others for getting past remarks. When a Spicy Lady Sigma recalls something minor from a past conversation, it makes manipulators second-guess every lie and half-truth they've told. The real power of active listening lies in using information as leverage. Spicy Lady Sigma use what they learn to steer conversations and outcomes, always staying one step ahead. Not out of manipulation, but out of superior situational awareness. This leaves manipulators floundering, their attempts to control the story constantly blocked. In the end, active listening makes Spicy Lady Sigma tough opponents in any interaction. Their ability to truly understand and retain information gives them the permanent upper hand, letting them navigate social situations with effortless accuracy, while manipulators who crave control end up completely outsmarted. Number 2. They use reverse manipulation. Spicy Lady Sigma are pros at flipping the script on anyone who tries to control them. They weaponize manipulators' own tactics against them, pairing sharp insight with effortless humor that makes their counterplay look completely natural. When someone tries to pull strings and manipulate a situation, a Spicy Lady Sigma doesn't just see through the scheme. She grabs control of those strings and directs the entire narrative herself. She listens intently, studies the manipulator's patterns, and subtly guides their behavior to her advantage. It's a masterful chess game where she's always 3 moves ahead, setting up an inevitable checkmate before the manipulator even realizes they're losing. The real mastery begins when she subtly manipulates the manipulator. She'll go along with their suggestions just enough to lull them into false confidence, all while steering them toward a pre-planned outcome. It's as if she's silently saying, "You think you're in control? I'm the one running this show." Manipulators who thrive on calling the shots suddenly find themselves on unsteady ground. Their usual tactics fail to land, as expected, blocked by the Spicy Lady Sigma's perfectly balanced responses, sometimes yielding just enough to confuse them, sometimes pushing back just enough to keep them guessing. It's like playing poker against someone with a constantly evolving deck, leaving manipulators confused and defeated. The best part? The spicy Lady Sigma remains calm, composed, and unfazed the entire time. She never shows her cards, never gets rattled, and always keeps her cool, while the manipulator grows increasingly frustrated as their tricks fall flat. This isn't petty retaliation, it's strategic self-protection. By turning manipulators' own methods against them, spicy Lady Sigma neutralize threats, expose their toxic intentions, and highlight their weaknesses without raising their voice or creating drama. It's the quietest, most effective way to stay in total control of every interaction. Number 3. They are extremely private. A defense mechanism against manipulators spicy Lady Sigma are masters of intentional privacy, and this discreet nature is their secret superpower against manipulators. By guarding their personal lives and inner worlds, they build an impenetrable emotional shield against outside meddling. They possess an innate radar for nonsense, and their guarded privacy acts as their ultimate defense system. This isn't pointless secrecy, it's strategic wisdom. Spicy Lady Sigma understand that knowledge is power, and they refuse to hand that power over to untrustworthy people. They engage politely and warmly in conversation, but never share enough personal detail to make themselves vulnerable. It's like playing poker with a perfect hand while never letting anyone glimpse your cards. The less others know about their dreams, struggles, and personal affairs, the fewer weapons manipulators have to use against them. What makes this trait so fascinating is how they stay engaging without oversharing. A conversation with a spicy Lady Sigma can feel light, fun, and genuine, yet afterward, you'll realize you know almost nothing about their deepest thoughts, private struggles, or future plans. They might mention small, harmless details like a favorite book or a recent trip, but their core self remains protected and off limits. In an era of constant social media oversharing and public vulnerability, spicy Lady Sigma are refreshingly mysterious. They don't broadcast every life update, spill their secrets to casual acquaintances, or overexpose their emotions online. This leaves manipulators utterly frustrated, unable to dig up personal dirt or find leverage points to exploit. With no information to work with, manipulators are left grasping at straws, trying to solve a puzzle with most of its pieces missing. This intentional privacy is about far more than self-protection. It's about retaining full control. By carefully curating what they share and who they trust, spicy Lady Sigma own their narrative completely. They never let others dictate their story, keeping manipulators at a permanent distance and eliminating any chance of being targeted or controlled. Number 4, they don't feel pressure to abide by anyone's standard, don't care attitude spicy Lady Sigma operate entirely on their own terms and refuse to conform to external standards set by society, peers, or family. They never feel pressure to fit into pre-made molds or live up to other people's expectations, making them a total nightmare for manipulators who rely on social pressure and conformity to control others. When someone tries to guilt trip, shame, or pressure a spicy Lady Sigma into acting against her values or goals, she stands completely unyielding. It's like trying to move a solid mountain with a single feather, completely futile. Spicy Lady Sigma have an unshakable sense of self. They know exactly who they are, what they want, and what they will not tolerate. Manipulators go to tactics, guilt tripping, emotional blackmail, social shaming, and persistent badgering all fall flat against their unwavering confidence. They don't waste energy on long debates, over explanations, or justifying their choices. A simple, firm no is always enough to end the conversation. Their straightforward resolve leaves manipulators baffled, as they're used to wearing people down until they surrender. Trying to control a spicy Lady Sigma is as useless as trying to convince a cat to take a bath. Impossible and ridiculous. What makes this trait so powerful is how effortless their independence feels. They don't act out of arrogance. They act out of self-respect. They know their life is theirs to live, not a stage for others to direct and critique. This unshakable self-assurance is pure kryptonite for manipulators, who thrive on exploiting self-doubt, insecurity, and people-pleasing tendencies. There's even a subtle humor in their defiance. Manipulators are left confused and frustrated, staring blankly as their usual tricks fail completely. It's like trying to sell ice to an Eskimo. Their tactics are irrelevant, and the spicy Lady Sigma always sees right through them, unfazed and unbroken. Number 5. They suddenly become assertive and dominant when pushed. Sudden assertiveness. Spicy Lady Sigma possess an incredible ability to shift from calm, laid-back composure to fierce, unshakable assertiveness in the blink of an eye. It's identical to watching a cat lounge peacefully 1 second and pounce with laser-sharp focus the next. Manipulators constantly make the mistake of misreading their quiet, easygoing demeanor as weakness, and they always regret pushing too far. When boundaries are crossed, the spicy Lady Sigma's assertiveness activates like a hidden superpower. She doesn't need to raise her voice, create drama, or lash out. A simple shift in her energy, posture, and tone is enough to make even the most experienced manipulator hesitate and rethink their moves. It's the sudden surge of unbreakable confidence that throws them completely off balance. One moment, manipulators think they're dealing with someone agreeable and easy to push around. The next, they're faced with an unyielding, formidable force that refuses to be toyed with. Her assertiveness is precise, calculated, and purposeful. Spicy Lady Sigma never wastes words or energy on unnecessary conflict. When they stand their ground, every statement is sharp, firm, and unnegotiable. It's like an unexpected verbal freight train. Fast, powerful, and impossible to stop. Manipulators who prey on indecision, insecurity, and compliance quickly realize they're wildly outmatched and scramble to regain control, usually to no avail. The best part? This shift is completely unpredictable. Spicy Lady Sigma reserve their assertiveness only for moments that demand it, never wasting it on trivial drama. This strategic restraint makes their assertive moments far more powerful and unforgettable. They are not naturally aggressive, but when pushed, they can deliver a flawless, firm rebuttal that shuts down manipulation entirely. It's the ultimate wake-up call for anyone foolish enough to test their limits. Spicy Lady Sigma are gentle by choice, not by weakness. Number 6. They do not react to their requests or comments. Impenetrable silent Spicy Lady Sigma have mastered the quiet power of non-reaction, turning strategic silence into their most effective defense against manipulation. Manipulators thrive on emotional chaos, drama, and reactive responses. They plan their entire tactics around getting a flustered, angry, or defensive reaction. But when targeting a Spicy Lady Sigma, they're met with unwavering calm and steady silence. This is not passive, insecure silence. It's the quiet, powerful confidence of someone who knows their worth and refuses to be rattled or provoked. Picture this. A manipulator drops a loaded, provocative comment designed to stir conflict. A Spicy Lady Sigma responds with a neutral expression, maybe a subtle eyebrow raise if she's feeling indulgent, and nothing more. The manipulator is left waiting for a reaction, stuck rambling to themselves and spiraling in their own frustration. It's like trying to start a fire with wet matches, completely pointless and endlessly aggravating. Spicy Lady Sigma don't just hold back emotional reactions. They cultivate an air of unshakable mystery. Their silence sends a crystal clear message. I see every trick you're playing, and it does not affect me at all. This total lack of emotional feedback completely destabilizes manipulators. Stripped of the chaos and reactions they crave, their tactics become entirely ineffective. This is not passive-aggressive behavior, it's calculated resistance. By refusing to fuel manipulators' drama with anger, frustration, or defensiveness, Spicy Lady Sigma strip them of their power entirely. Without emotional fuel to feed their schemes, manipulators' plans crumble instantly. It's a silent standoff where the Spicy Lady Sigma always holds the upper hand, simply because she refuses to play their toxic, low-level game. Number 7. They act as though they're being deceived. Playing along Spicy Lady Sigma have a one-of-a-kind talent for strategically playing along with manipulation to expose it fully. They can convincingly pretend to fall for lies and deceptive tactics, making manipulators believe they've found an easy, gullible target. What these manipulators never realize is that they're blindly walking into a perfectly laid trap. When a Spicy Lady Sigma feigns ignorance or buys into their lies, it's a masterclass in strategic acting. She nods along, asks innocent-sounding questions, and engages normally to keep the facade going. Empowered by this false sense of success, the manipulator piles on more lies, fully convinced they're fooling her completely. It's like watching someone confidently march into a trap with zero awareness of what's coming. The brilliant twist? While the manipulator celebrates their imagined control, the spicy Lady Sigma is quietly gathering every piece of information she needs. She notes every lie, every inconsistent statement, and every hidden intention, letting them dig themselves deeper into their own web of deception. It's almost amusing how oblivious manipulators are to the fact that they're the ones being played. When the spicy Lady Sigma decides the time is right, she flips the script effortlessly. With a knowing smile and a few sharp, intentional words, she reveals she's been onto their scheme the entire time. The shock and confusion on the manipulator's face is priceless, like watching a magician's secrets exposed in front of a stunned crowd. This act of playing clueless is never for show. It's a tactical move that forces manipulators to reveal their true, toxic intentions. By pretending to be deceived, she gives them enough rope to hang themselves completely. When the truth finally comes out, the manipulator is left powerless, trapped and defeated by their own lies. Number 8. They are walking lie detector. Spicy Lady Sigma possess an almost supernatural ability to spot lies and deception instantly. It's as if they have a built-in, hyper-accurate lie detector that can pick up dishonesty as easily as someone spots a messy, out-of-place outfit. This incredible talent keeps manipulators constantly on edge, never sure how much they can get away with or how quickly they'll be caught. When someone tries to deceive or manipulate a spicy Lady Sigma, their lies never truly land. Their false words bounce right off her intuitive radar. Her intuition is razor sharp, picking up on the tiniest subtle cues. A split-second hesitation, a shifted tone of voice, a fleeting nervous glance, or inconsistent body language. To her, every lie is painfully obvious, like watching a poorly acted soap opera with over-the-top drama and predictable plot twists. The real skill, however, is how she chooses to handle dishonesty. Instead of calling out lies immediately and creating drama, she often lets deceivers continue talking, letting them dig their own hole deeper and deeper. It's a classic cat and mouse dynamic where she gives them just enough freedom to tangle themselves completely in their own deception. Liars spin their fake narratives confidently, totally unaware that the spicy Lady Sigma is already several steps ahead, piecing together the full truth like a seasoned detective. This lie detecting ability is far more than a passive trait. It's a powerful weapon in her arsenal. Spicy Lady Sigma used this skill to navigate every social interaction with precision, ensuring they always stay in control and never fall victim to manipulation or deceit. They can spot a con artist from a mile away and effortlessly dodge every trap set for them. What makes this skill even more impressive is the playful humor she brings to it. Spicy Lady Sigma don't take liars or manipulation seriously. She might play along briefly, toss out sarcastic comments, or simply raise an eyebrow in amusement, just to see how far the liar will push their fake act. It's a never-ending game where she's always one step ahead, and manipulators never stand a chance. Welcome the spicy lady. Trying to mess with a spicy Lady Sigma is like setting a trap for yourself without even realizing it. She's not the kind of person who reacts how you might expect. Instead of getting rattled, she steps back, watches things unfold, and lets you dig your own hole. The truth is, every move you make to try and hurt her only ends up turning against you. It's not that she's untouchable. It's that she's mastered the art of not letting people control her emotions. You might think you're getting the upper hand, but trust me, you're not. So if you think you can break a spicy Lady Sigma, prepare yourself, because what you'll find instead is someone who rises above while you're left in the aftermath of your own actions. Let's get started, spicy lady. I recommend watching the entire video for a better insight into the topic, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Number 9, you're fighting a battle she's not even in. Here's the thing. You think you're in some grand battle with a spicy Lady Sigma, but here's the reality check. You're fighting solo. She's not even aware there's a war going on. While you're busy plotting and scheming, she's off in her own world, chasing her dreams, ticking off her goals, and living her life like you don't even exist. It's like bringing a water gun to a fight when the other person didn't even RSVP. In her mind, your attempts to hurt her are irrelevant. She's not wasting energy on your drama because, frankly, she doesn't care. You're waging this intense internal war, building your strategies and thinking you've got her cornered. But the truth is she's not even in the arena. She's mentally checked out already, miles ahead, focusing on things that actually matter, like her ambitions, passions, and maybe a well-deserved vacation. Meanwhile, you're there exhausted and wondering why nothing's working. Spoiler alert, it's because she's not playing your game. She's too busy leveling up, leaving you to swing at air. It's not that she's ignoring you to be cruel. She's just got better things to do. In the end, the only person losing this battle is you. And trust me, it's hard to win when the other person never even showed up. Number 10. You'll become the proof of her strength when you try to hurt a spicy Lady Sigma. You're basically handing her a new badge of honor. While you're busy scheming, thinking you're the villain in her story, she's already moved past that. What you don't realize is that your attempts are only fueling her resilience. Instead of tearing her down, you'll just become living proof of her strength. Think about it. Every hurdle, every plot, every emotional jab will only serve as a reminder to her of how unstoppable she really is. You're not going to be her downfall, sorry, but you're not that powerful. Instead, you'll unintentionally become a chapter in her story of survival. And here's the funny part. You probably didn't sign up for that. You likely thought you'd leave a bigger impact, that your actions would matter, but in reality, you're just a stepping stone in her journey, a minor character in the background of her life while she levels up. Don't expect her to wallow or show weakness. Oh no. She'll bounce back faster than you can blink, and she'll use every bit of the nonsense you threw her way as a personal victory. She'll quietly add you to her mental, I overcame that list, and move on without giving you a second thought. So while you were aiming to cause chaos, you've really just signed up for a front row seat to her growth. Not quite the role you expected. Huh? Number 11. You'll lose control before you even realize it when you try to hurt or control a spicy Lady Sigma. You're stepping into a game that you're wildly unprepared for. The funny thing is, she's not even playing the same game as you. While you're busy plotting, throwing out emotional bait, or trying to manipulate her, she's cool, calm, and completely unfazed. She's mastered the art of staying composed, and that patience isn't just a survival skill, it's a strategy. You'll be throwing punches, but she's not even in the ring. What you won't realize until much later is that she's already won, and the irony is she didn't have to lift a finger. While you were busy unraveling, thinking you had the upper hand, she's just watched you from a distance, quietly positioning herself. The control you thought you had was never really yours. By the time it dawns on you, she's miles ahead, and you're left chasing after something you never truly grasped. Here's the kicker. She doesn't play into drama, react with anger, or give you the satisfaction of a scene. No, that's far too easy. Instead, she moves in silence, letting you self-destruct while she quietly exits the situation with her dignity intact. You'll lose control without even realizing it, and when you finally do, it'll be too late to fix anything. It's like trying to catch smoke. By the time you think you've got it, it's already slipped through your fingers. Thank you, Spicy Lady, for being a valued subscriber. Your continued support is incredibly important to us and inspires us to keep producing meaningful content. We truly appreciate your engagement and dedication. Number 12. Her next success will crush your ego. What's going to sting the most is when you realize that your attempts to bring down a spicy Lady Sigma didn't just fail. They backfired in the most spectacular way. You thought you could hurt her, maybe knock her off course, but instead, her next success will shine like a glaring spotlight on just how little impact you actually had. While you're left nursing your wounded ego, she'll be out there thriving, completely unbothered. Here's the kicker. She won't even acknowledge your attempts to tear her down. She'll move on so swiftly and so successfully that it'll be like you never even existed. And that's the part that's going to burn the most. Her next big move, whether it's a career breakthrough, personal growth, or just living her best life, will be a quiet yet crushing blow to your ego. It's like being on the sidelines, watching the person you tried to sabotage win the game without even noticing you. You'll be left grappling with the realization that your efforts were not only futile, but also completely irrelevant to her. She's already forgotten you while you're stuck replaying your failed attempts. The silent devastation of seeing her thrive without you, despite your best efforts to hurt her, will linger long after she's moved on to bigger and better things. The truth is, her success will only highlight your insignificance, and that realization is going to sting. Number 13. Your need to control will backfire as obsession. The harder you try to control or hurt a spicy Lady Sigma, the more tangled you'll get in your own web. She has this way of getting under your skin. Not because she's playing any games, but because of her unshakable resilience. While you're busy trying to manipulate or break her, something strange happens. You start thinking about her more and more. Before you know it, she's taken up residence in your mind, and not in the way you hoped. You want to control, but all you've done is become obsessed. The irony is almost poetic. The more you push, the more obsessed you become with her strength. She's not falling apart like you expected. In fact, she's thriving, and that drives you crazy. She's calm, collected, and living her life without a care for your attempts to rattle her, while you're spiraling, wondering why nothing is working. Her resilience becomes your fixation, and that's where the real backfire happens. You'll never break her, but in trying so hard, you'll break yourself. The need for control will consume you, and instead of achieving your goal, you'll be left trapped in an endless loop of frustration. Meanwhile, she's free, untouched by your efforts, leaving you to deal with the consequences of your own obsession. It's a vicious cycle, one that you unknowingly created. Number 14. She'll repurpose the chaos you create. When you try to throw chaos at a spicy Lady Sigma, you're basically handing her raw materials to build something even more powerful. She's like a master recycler of emotional energy. Whatever drama or mess you think you're creating, she'll take it, break it down, and turn it into something that works in her favor. What you intended as a storm to throw her off balance becomes the very fuel that strengthens her. It's a skill not everyone has. While most people might crumble under pressure or get caught up in the chaos, she's quietly repurposing the wreckage you tried to create. You think you're causing havoc, but she's already 2 steps ahead, using your chaos to make herself even more resilient. The best part? She'll emerge from it all looking stronger than ever, while you're left floundering in the mess you thought would bring her down. She has this uncanny ability to turn the tables without you even realizing it. By the time you see the results, it's too late. You've become a distant memory in her upward journey, while you're left wondering how things fell apart. Except it's not her life that's crumbling. She's built something unshakable from the chaos you created, and you're the one left struggling to stay afloat in the mess. Number 15. She makes you question your own identity. Trying to tear down a spicy Lady Sigma is like holding up a mirror to yourself, and what you see won't be pretty. She has such a strong sense of self that when you try to attack her, you're not actually shaking her foundation. Instead, you're forced to confront all the ways you don't measure up. It's like trying to chip away at a rock with a feather. You put in all this effort, but the only thing that cracks is your own image of yourself. The thing about a spicy Lady Sigma is she knows exactly who she is and is confident in it. That's what makes it so uncomfortable when you try to hurt her. While she's standing solid, you start questioning why you even felt the need to break her down in the first place. Spoiler, it's probably because you're dealing with your own self-worth issues. In your attempt to expose her flaws, you'll quickly realize that what's actually being exposed is your own insecurities. It's like throwing punches in a shadow boxing match, except the person you're really fighting is yourself. And here's the kicker. She won't even have to say a word. Just by being herself, she forces you to face the inadequacies you've been ignoring. So in the end, your mission to tear her down turns into a painfully awkward journey of self-reflection. And trust me, that's not the battle you thought you'd be fighting. Number 16. She learns fast and won't fall for the same trick twice. If by some miracle you manage to hurt a spicy Lady Sigma once, congratulations. You've just used up your one and only shot. She's not the kind of person who falls for the same trick twice. In fact, once she spots your toxic patterns, she'll adapt so quickly it'll make your head spin. Think of her as a mental ninja. Swift, precise, and absolutely unforgiving when it comes to lessons learned. The first time you try to hurt her, it might sting. She might even give you the benefit of the doubt for a minute, but once she sees the game you're playing, the door is slammed shut and you're locked out for good. Don't even think about trying again. You'll be permanently exiled from her life. No parole, no second chances. She won't announce it with some dramatic exit either. She'll just quietly disappear, leaving you wondering when exactly you lost access. Here's the funny part. While you're still figuring out how to run the same tired game, she's already upgraded. She's moved on, fortified her defenses, and you're stuck outside the walls wondering how it all went south so fast. You'll never get to pull the same stunt again because, frankly, she won't let you anywhere near her. So go ahead and congratulate yourself for hurting her once. Just don't expect a repeat performance. Spicy Lady Sigma don't do reruns, and they sure don't waste time on people who show their true colors once the mask slips. Number 17. She'll make you feel irrelevant when you try to hurt a Spicy Lady Sigma. You'll quickly discover something that stings more than any retaliation. She'll make you feel completely irrelevant. It's not that she is trying to be cruel or vengeful. It's that she genuinely doesn't care enough to engage. And that right there is where the real pain sets in. You expected drama, maybe a heated response, but instead, you get nothing. It's like throwing a tantrum in an empty room. Her ability to disengage is her superpower. While you're stewing, waiting for a reaction, she's living her life as if you don't even exist. The silence isn't passive-aggressive. It's the sound of you no longer mattering, and that more than any confrontation will gnaw at your ego. You'll start to realize that you're not even a footnote in her story, and that's when it hits you. You're invisible to her. She's not wasting energy on you, and that's what makes it worse. A Spicy Lady Sigma knows how to move forward without looking back. Your attempts to hurt her will fade into the background of her life, while you're stuck obsessing over why nothing you did seemed to matter. Spoiler alert, it didn't. She's already onto bigger and better things, leaving you to wrestle with the harsh truth of your own irrelevance, that in the end, trying to hurt a Spicy Lady Sigma is like trying to punch a brick wall. You're the one who'll end up bruised. She's built differently, with a resilience that turns every attempt to break her into fuel for her growth. Your efforts to control, manipulate, or sabotage her will only highlight your own weaknesses. While you're busy plotting, she's quietly adapting, evolving, and moving on without looking back. What makes it even tougher is that she doesn't waste energy on revenge or petty games. She won't engage in a battle of egos. Instead, she'll take the chaos you throw at her, repurpose it for her own success, and leave you behind wondering how you became so irrelevant in her life. And the harsh truth? By the time you realize the backfire, it'll be too late. She'll have already leveled up, and you'll be left dealing with the fallout of your own actions while she thrives. Trying to hurt a Spicy Lady Sigma isn't just a losing battle. It's one where you're the only one who ends up getting hurt. Thank you, Spicy Lady, for watching and tuning in. Stay vigilant as always. See you in our next video. God bless you.